This will do just fine.
Dota, you know, and you're playing against the Faceless Void. We were talking during this break where, like, how's Faceless Void gonna have a game? He's playing Alchemist, and remember, that's Alchemist with Empower, so you know the timing is gonna be right. Magnus position 5, I'm a bit worried about it. You know, this is not the team's secret. This is not OG that's running a position 5 Magnus, but so I'm a bit worried that it's also 1, 2, 3, 4 melee heroes into Invoker, Faceless Void, and Bloodseeker. I think if they don't shut down, if they don't go into the jungle from like 7-minute mark and try to take stacks from Alchemist, they have Lina. Lina is a very good hero at taking the stacks. Bloodseeker as well with the Blood Right. I think they need to make a lot of moves and try to shut down Alchemist as much as possible. Like, he's very vulnerable. But there's also Hogs, so you need to be using smokes to get past that vision. You know, I'm a bit worried for Viking in this match.
It's lovely hearing your kind of train of thought there, you know, going through all of the working parts of the game. You know, there's the big team fight contribution as well from Viking, right? The fact they've got the potential Chrono with Mortimer's Kisses, the Cataclysm, and the Blood Right all being thrown in there, while on Hellraiser's much more single target or pick-off oriented, at least on paper anyway, with Roar, Monkey King jumping across lanes, and like you said, every hero has some way to contribute a stun or something into a team fight, which we saw them do exceptionally well in Game 1. I think Funnick and Lil probably the standout players from Game 1 in their initiations, their stuns, and the ability to catch people. But we'll see. We'll see what Shad has up his sleeve. Maybe an early BKB this game might be in order.
Yeah, I think he needs to change things up. They have still 2 abilities that go through magic immunity. Even if he gets a BKB, there's a Roar, there's an RP. If they steal something else like a Rupture with the Rubik, I think Boom on a mid lane needs to dumpster this Alchemist. I also want to see some kind of rotations. How many runes did they get? It was 2 for 2 trades, so yeah, Alchemist getting some extra gold. So far, only 1 CS in the mid lane. Not the greatest.
Ooh. Up at top, the tri-lane for Viking doing a lot of damage into the Monkey King as Aramis and Celery both sticking around here, leaving Shad alone down bottom. And we'll TP Celery down there at long last. That mid lane, yeah, I think you're right. The Boom needs to come out ahead. It's an extremely rare matchup in that mid between Alk and Invoker, as we saw on that little lower third pop-up earlier on. And so far, Crosswex Invoker. So not the Exort, which I was potentially expecting paired up with the Chronosphere.
Oh, he will get it eventually. I don't think he's gonna go like full Quas-Vex. At one point, he's gonna start getting excerpts. Like, he's getting harassed quite a lot. Has tangos only in the backpack, getting so that he has that extra damage, extra spell amp, mana regen, you name it.
Just casually standing in the acid spray earlier on as well. So far, pretty even between the 2 mids. As we take a peek down bottom lane, Faceless Void time walking away from that tier 1 as they have shoved the wave pretty far forward, and Celery even going to block the large camp. Feels like Funnick's having a great time down here though, already well on his way to Necro 1, double Sage's Mask, Quelling Blade so he can keep farming, and top of the CS board.
Funnick will have an extremely good game in this lane. He's playing with the Rubik, so minus damage, they have another stun, they have a slow, and I don't think they're gonna get contested by Snapfire and Faceless Void. Top lane, also off lane, are doing extremely well. It's not the, you know, a guaranteed stun when we see Bloodseeker being paired up with something like Rubik's or like Vindranger. I call Vindranger a reliable stun because you're playing in this off lane where there's a lot of trees, a lot of ways to shackle people, and then combine that with Blood Right. But with Lina, it's I don't think it's that easy to execute.
You got to play that tree line much more delicately, hiding in the fog to land these stuns. And you're also against a Skewer, a Mischief, and ways to escape. Decent Blood Right there. Very good at securing creeps, but also chipping away and trading regen with your opponents.
Next gets the Observer Ward. It's tough to play position 5 Magnus where you don't have enough mana sustain, you have some region problems. You're a melee hero that, you know, is trading hits against hero like Lina, so you know there's going to be a lot of right clicks. And Aramis, he might deal some damage if he lands a stun. That's a big if. We'll pretend we did not see that, so Mag will pop the healing salve and the clarity.
They're trying with Monkey though.
Fairly low.
Mischief to try and get away from danger. Toby pretty speedy, but under this tier 1 tower they are defending themselves, and it looks like Magnus gonna walk away from the stun. Aramis running low on resources, but it's Toby the one that gets skewered around. And really here Magnus's job is just defend the Monkey King, keep him safely farming as best he can.
Yeah, it's tough. Like, he needs to be using courier constantly, and if they can kill his courier, I think this top lane is done. He's actually gonna die.
Well, that's first blood, yeah. He had to move away from that blood, right? Very well placed by Toby, and he couldn't cut through the trees as the Magnus. So 1-0 as Viking lead.
So far, so good for Viking.
Farmers as well.
Yeah, mid lane doing extremely well. Alchemist already pressured out of the lane, was forced to TP out, a good kill on the top lane. Bottom lane, Faceless Void having the same amount of CS as a Beastmaster at this point. I don't think they can kill Faceless Void on this bottom lane, but they can pressure him. They can't get a kill unless they get like level 6 on a Beastmaster faster than Faceless Void is 6. And now Alchemist forced to already get inside the jungle. Good skewer and shockwave with the Monkey King. Who's gonna get the bounty? Toby.
Oh. He's also bountier in battle down bottom. Lil taking a scatter blast to the back of the head. Celery just gonna get a little observer ward down. But 1-1 now is that nice little kill top lane does come to fruition for Hellraisers. Lina returns straight back to the top lane.
Boom. Cool. Cold snap just for Alchemist to miss 1 CS.
every delay on that Alchemist, it pays off in the long run. Because you were talking about potential contest of the stack and trying to get into the Alchemist jungle. Oh, top lane, good skewer back. Aramis trapped under the tower. Great little play from Hellraisers. And with that tower damage, they will bring her down while Monkey King continues the battle with Toby. Doesn't have Boundless anymore though, and the speedy Bloodseeker will just sprint away back to safety. But you were mentioning stacks, and with Magnus having to play the lane top, Rubik has to stick around bottom. There isn't really any moves into the jungle to build a bank for Alchemist. And
yeah, there's not gonna
Celery
be
here.
Any stacks. Celery just blocking the camp, trying to farm it potentially to get a kill on a mid lane. If Alchemist steps forward, he's still level 5, just 1 CS from level 6.
And trying to close in around him and make his map a little smaller, as Xani now does have a soul ring so he can get into that Chemical Rage. But the pings are coming. They know process of elimination here. Viking have shoved the Alchemist into one area of the map that they know he has to be. And that's where Lina comes in handy with an Observer Ward now to keep that vision on him. Aramis stunning out the Magnus and just walking out. But now I guess that's a bit of a giveaway that Lina has placed a ward there.
Will he get the stack? No, Magnus trying to use the shockwave. At least Alchemist is farming with the Empower, and Aramis in the zone trying to, steal any kind of XP, steal any kind of CS. Lil, nice sidestep dodge.
And a good little telekinesis there. Pops the Fairy Fire, doesn't get away. Still had a few stick charges, but opts to die instead. And now we've got the try versus try mid lane as both of the side lanes become 1v1s. Everyone vying for control around these mid tier 1 towers. But this is primarily coming back to your point about Viking needing access into the jungle areas, right? You take that mid tier 1, all of a sudden contesting Alchemist becomes 100% easier.
Vikings lineup is not very good at taking towers. They need to rotate a lot of heroes, get a kill, or they need to play with the catapults. Beastmaster is level 6. There's Necro 1 already there. Same goes for Faceless Void. Ulti is ready. So someone needs to make a rotation if they want to grab a kill. think one of the supports need to start getting some XP on the mid lane.
Dire's
See
middle tower is
Lil
under attack.
understanding that he can't approach from that side because trees are already gone. And then they're going to be using shockwaves and fade bolt to try to dodge this. Beastmaster's mid. That's a big kill if they can get
cash.
it.
Good cookie. Boom. Trying to get him out of danger. The Light Striker in the tornado, keeping Beastmaster at bay, and he gets to go walk off. Skewer in, but no reveal. So Boom is out of there, forcing a massive rotation from Hellraisers, who do keep their tower alive for now. But that is a hefty amount of commitment.
They needed to get a kill there, and the Alchemist needed to like get a stack for himself and keep farming. The thing is, if your Magnus is being involved in team fights and he's only position 5, that means your Alchemist is not going to have Empower to farm with.
Yeah, that's why right now Magnus is next to the tier 2 mid lane. Hello, Empower.
Dire's top
Give it to my
tower is
Alchemist
under
as
attack.
Monkey King is now the one charged with holding onto mid. Tornado EMP. Raindrops are popping out for Nyx down to half health. And Viking come in for round 3. Still waiting for that second catapult wave, but continually forcing the pressure into mid lane and forcing the hand of
bottom.
Is
Hellraisers.
under attack.
Still a pretty long road for him to kind of catch up to where he wants to be. So yeah, Beastmaster's fine. The TP Void up towards top to farm. Monkey King is tracking up there. Leaping across the canopy, bouncing from tree to tree.
Up on Monkey at one point, and now he switched to BKB. Like getting Aghanim Scepter when you have Alchemist in the team, like eventually if the game's going well.
Oh, the chain stun's not quite perfect, but it looks like they should still have this kill regardless. Empowered
That's a
Monkey
big kill.
whacking away.
It's also Faceless Void's TP that is on cooldown for 40 seconds, so he needs to walk into the jungle or walk back to the lane. It also
Radiant's
gives
top
Alchemist
tower is
some
under
extra
attack.
time. Whenever you have Alchemist in the team, try to make something happen on the map.
Funnick is just going in here looking for the solo kill, but Boom will be able to hold him back. Good little EMP, but Ghost Walk required. Funnick is so strong with all the summons he's got, the Boar and the Necro units. Blood right getting dodged out. Funnick makes his hasty escape as the Cookie and the Scatter Blast just about connecting into the back of Funnick. One more hit should do the job here, and that's it. Invoker grabs the kill as Necro units are still giving chase on Toby.
That's a lot of commitment for getting that
Space.
Beastmaster. That's one way to look at it. I mean, your Alchemist is farming. I still don't see any kind of stacks. Lil will try to stack 2 camps at once. See if he manages to do so. There we go. But these are some big stacks. There's still tier 1 tower standing on a mid lane.
Radiant
They have some kind of a
fortified.
barricade that blocks the entrance to their own forest.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
What a barricade of Magnus and Rubik. And they've got some pretty good observer wards up, the Dire team, to scout the entrances to the jungle. Like, they see Aramis, they know the Luna's coming. Radiant even scanning
talking about
forward to see where the Ark is sitting.
The build on Monkey King, like, he can't afford to get Aghanim Scepter because, like,
Radiant's bottom
you know, you're
tower
playing with
is
the
under
Alchemist
attack. Oh, catch.
and the team, and
Invoker. He's going to try and turn here with a Bloodright Rupture onto Magnus. TPing back home. He does have RP, but deciding
He's
now to stick around.
Radiant's
Cancels the
bottom
TP.
tower has fallen.
Rupture stolen.
I still feel like he should have tried to go back. He's sitting at half HP or playing against the Bloodseeker. Look at him zooming in. 460 move
Dire's
speed.
top tower has fallen.
And the stacks.
Oh, this is
Bottom tower
This is a
under
big
attack.
item. Any kind of mana item that you can get on your position 5 Magnus, like a Maggo Tree or Arcane Ring, where you have constant mana sustain, and he has like Clarity and Infused Raindrops to keep stacking the jungle and empowering the heroes that they need to be empowered, and then
Radiant's
also
bottom
having
tower
enough
is
mana
under
to join a
attack.
fight. Try to use a Skewer and RP. Like at one point,
Radiant
eventually your
structures are
mag
fortified.
is gonna get a Blink Dagger.
At one point, it'll come. Even dragging a creep wave for the Alchemist to farm it a little closer to his safe triangle. But we see here Boom sneaking around in Ghost Walk, looking for the Monkey and the Beastmaster, finding the tag with a cold snap and a tornado, but a good cancel there, stopping Alchemist from landing any stuns. Unfortunately, Monkey King's already done. Now, Funny's gonna get chased down, hounded by the Bloodseeker with the Blood Right landing, the TP's there. Cookie on top of him, into the trees they go. And Viking, very well played.
I don't think we can call this move a space. They lost a carry Monkey King, they lost a core Beastmaster. Oof, I'm a bit worried how this game is developing for Hellraisers. This is not a greatest timing for Radiance. It's still gonna be like a 14-minute mark.
Does feel a little slow as we see the replay back. Hellraisers trying to play that bottom edge of the map, pressuring tier 2. But Viking catch them with the wraparound. And now straight from that bottom side in towards mid again. Viking want to continue applying this pressure as Magnus, considering the skewer, maybe an RP, the rupture there. Out from Rubik onto Boom. Earn used with the chrono onto 3. In we come, but where's the damage? There's no kisses. It's just single target focus as Rubik will lose his life. Alchemist just can pop the chemical rage, so chrono for a position 4. Viking not getting a massive amount out of the team fight.
We'll take that.
Oh, Alchemist, he has trusty shovel and has been blessed by Gabe and finds a rune for himself. Mag, yeah, Mag seems pretty dead to me. One more hit will do the trick.
Mag is dragging them away from Alchemist. Xani runs one way, Kick runs the other.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Full Spirit Vessel on Invoker, so your Alchemist is not going to be super efficient with that regeneration. Same goes for Monkey King. They're going to need any kind of dispel they can get. That's why Monkey is getting BKB as first item. And there's also a BKB queued up on Alchemist.
And they want to be able to deal with that in both.
Oh, yeah, Monkey.
They try onto the Monkey King. Agnes coming in. Shad grabs the bounty rune, and the Mortipus Kiss is going to be landing short range now. Blood right after Yules, but the skewer to the high ground keeps Kicked alive. And Hellraisers hold out for now on that high ground. Try ward and de-ward the same area as Funnick is that kind of loose man playing wide out up on top.
Man,
The Hellraisers are all very tight together.
7-minute Necro 1, and there's no item progression. Like, he's gonna get Necro Book 2 at 15 minutes.
Dire's middle tower.
He doesn't have to play with, that's the problem. Like, he needs just a bit of extra damage to get the kill on pretty much anyone. I don't think he can kill Faceless Void, considering the item build that he's going for. He has 2000 HP with power treads on strength. Going for the kind of same item build as in the previous game, at least the starting one, power treads, Hand of Midas, then getting Heaven's Halberd against the Mag.
Dire's middle tower is
Funnick, I think he felt it coming. He's going to try roar, but the cold snap stopping him as he lifts his arms. And Celery on a killing spree. And I think to add to your point, you really do look at the net worth of Monkey and Beastmaster right now. Compare it to Alchemist, of course, who's been given a lot of space. But then the question, in the next 4 or 5 minutes, was it worth it? Neglecting your Monkey King, making sure Beastmaster doesn't get that progression, as Alchemist needs a BKB and they're catching out mid lane. A nice little play there from Lil, but not enough to finish off the Lina. Shockwave misses, and out goes Lil. Oh, Rupture into Skewer feels bad for Kicked. Boom is still going. Speedy Invoker.
This game falling apart for Hellraisers. They need those BKBs on Alchemist and on Monkey King, and then they need to start a fight. Magnus still struggling. Like, he's buying all these small items. He's not gonna get that Blink Dagger because they're not getting any kills, they're not getting towers, and he bought a Magic Stick, a Ventilate, full Tranquil Boots, sitting at only 50 gold. It's gonna be very hard for him to get a Blink Dagger in this game.
Yeah, he is a glorified Empower bot right now. Where are my calls? Who needs Empower? Come to me. Viking yet again on the aggressive, making that first step forward up to the high ground, but in comes the lift. Telekinesis to catch out the Snapfire, who cookies nearly onto the high ground. Well, that will be a finish onto Celery. The rest of Viking back
that's
in the way,
something.
trying to connect up with the Void.
Right now, Hellraisers, they need to get whatever they can. There's the first big KB we were talking about. Alchemist getting one pretty soon. Just needs to clear one camp, and then he's ready to take a fight.
And that should be a big swinging point for Hellraisers, as they are 4,000 net worth behind right now. 10-4. Closing in on 20 minutes. And the perfect spot for Viking to play from, as they very nearly catch out the Beastmaster. This triangle area allows them to basically pin some movement both into mid-tier 2 and the bot lane. But they do miss out on potential Roche control. And Hellraisers have the opportunity to steal it, but not really the best heroes right now.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The 5v5 mid lane. And the smoke from HR. Out they come, leaping forward. Monkey King scouting, and they're trying to bait with this Alchemist on the front lines.
Dire's bottom tower.
You've been talking about it, the double BKB timing. It is HR's moment to shine.
This is it. They need to get stuff done. Like, they need to get a big kill. I don't think Lina is that kill. Also, they can't get Roche if they kill Lina, so they need a bigger kill. But they'll get what they can.
Wait for it. RMS is the only one showing. Viking had 3 heroes by their mid-tier 1, and Void was spread out off to that bottom lane.
Top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Alleviate a little bit of that pressure. Hellraiser's no longer 5-man defending a tier 2. Able to get out on the map and maybe make another play. We still need to see an RP from Magnus. You're talking about his Blink Dagger not going to be coming soon. But at some point, he's got to press that button and cast his ultimate.
It will be very tough for him to actually get a good RP in this game.
Dire's
Playing into
bottom
EMP
tower
is a pain in the ass for him, for sure.
We'll take that.
Time is money. A kingery.
Like EMP and Bloodright together on the same team, even if you don't hit them, they're great zoning tools. Just that massive AoE you get from them.
Radiant are scanning.
Radiant scan knows that there are people in their triangle. Magnus, Monkey, and then Beastmaster is nearby as that third link. So they want to try and smoke and clear this area out, get rid of any Roshan wards that Hellraiser's potentially placed. HR missing 2 heroes, Alchemist and Rubik still stuck around mid. Monkey now leaving to go farm out bottom lane. If Hellraisers can get out of here only losing Magnus, or even looks like losing nobody, that's a really nice move, as Lina potentially going to get jumped on here by a Rubik. Lift up and drag it back into the hungry Alchemist as you land the Light Strike Array and blow up Aramis. Finally taken out. Skewer RP. Always thinking about it. Magnus really wanted the 2-man there, but threats the needle. But holds on to the RP for now as the Rupture Bloodright. Oh my god, Magnus, you're so low! Careful, buddy, the kisses are
Radiant's
coming!
middle tower is under attack.
Grandma smooches the Magnus and he's gone.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire are scanning. Radiant structures are fortified.
They do have Medallion on Celery. Minus armor from Little Shredder. So Roshan accelerated really nicely here. Hellraisers are maneuvering to contest. Roche half HP. So HR could get in here and start to kick things off, but a double damager in Void with the Alacrity. Hitting for about 300 now. Oh, yes. Ooh, quick little roar. Cookie out of the back. They get RMS away from danger. Shad is in onto Funnick. Now, coming in, though, is the kill on Toby. As Sunny, with Hellraisers securing Roshan. Deafening Blast is down. Shad moves in, but the RP catches him. He doesn't get the corner off. He does now, finally. But Nyx has picked up the Aegis already. Shad kicks off the Magnus. But Viking, this is not looking great for them. Monkey jumping back in again. again with a battle spring on the Shad. Cooking forward. He goes Shad, the halbert's there, and the Void is out. Somehow escaping. Boom may not have the same luxury though. Scout it out here, and Monkey can continue jumping forward, but Hellraisers don't want to give chase. They got the Roshan. They have Aegis in the hands of the Monkey King and Viking. What a disaster in the pit, Lacoste.
The bounty which my matriarch will prize.
Alchemist doesn't have BKB, so a little worrisome there as Shad comes in again. Poor little Magnus. Blown off the face of the map, but that's okay. It is the position 5, keeping the Alchemist alive. And making sure that Kasani now, with his BKB off cooldown, can continue to defend this mid-tier 2. Good advice from Lacoste. Swap out those neutral items. Viking. You're talking about round 7 on Magnus Death. This is like round 7 on the tier 2 mid attempt. The classic 5v5 mid lane.
Hold on to your taters.
Funnick with Necro 3 now aiming for the Blink Dagger. As we're still yet to see the big wombo combo from Viking. We need that Chrono with the Kisses, with the Blood Right, and the EMP. So far, no real intention for the Aghanim Scepter from Boom, so he's not going to go for the big old Sunstrikes play into the Chrono.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That should help.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, he's going to have a lot of steroids pumped into him. He's going to need them. As Kasani now reaching 20,000 net worth. 7k ahead of the Void. As that Abyssal Blade is coming pretty quickly for your Alchemist now.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Hellraiser's looking to defend top tier 2. Start off with a Boundless Strike and a Telekinesis. A Light Strike Array holds Nick's back, but in comes Kasani. Pops the stun onto Void and the RP, but they don't have the finishing blow. Void and Shad just going to walk away with the time walk out, and Toby's going to retreat off to the left as well. Hellraiser's spending, what, 3 ultis for nothing? Aggressive. He does have Aegis, and I guess it was going to expire in a minute anyway. Laguna played. Okay, Aramis really wanted him dead. Monkey's probably going to have to pop a BKB to escape from here, though, as Nick's still getting stuck up in the ice wall. Blood Right coming. Nick's turns to fight, and the backstab. Oh, it's not going to come from HR. It'll be the Faceless Void looking for any straggling targets. High ground wall removed. And yet again, this head-to-head, it's like a cold war between these two sides as they battle, they poke, they have proxy wars, but no one really committing for the proper big fight yet.
Dire are scanning.
What is that dire scan on? Was that a Bloodseeker illusion? A sense of fear from Hellraisers. Now without Aegis. Monkey King with Aghanim Scepter now, though. From the end of the draft, it felt like potentially Hellraisers would be the one Well, it would be the ones kind of smoking and looking to play into Beastmaster, who has the vision, who has the hawk, the ability to pick off targets. But so far, it's just been trying to mitigate losses and keep Alchemist farming. When do we get to the point where Alchemist's farm kind of hits the wall and Void catches up?
Dire's middle tower.
Alchemist, he's pretty big. He's getting closer to full Abyssal Blade, getting closer to level 20. I mean, it's not that big of a deal when he hits 20, but I still feel, you know, getting into super late game, Invoker will have X-Short maxed out, still not
Radiant's
getting
top
that,
tower is under attack.
you know, Cataclysm build. So it's just building different kind of items. Spirit Vessel, going for Lincoln Sphere. I see Shiva's Guard being queued up, but your Faceless Void, he's a one-man army if you throw all these buffs on him.
Phonic. Gonna get found. Boom and Aramis both here to blow him up. They're also getting the RP in the back. There's another fight kicking off. Void's there with his BKB going, but Shad needs the help to retreat. And I think you might have to restart your VMix call. As a smoke from Viking is coming back in. So the cost is all good again. As Toby trying with Ewalls and LSA, but the BKB from Nyx, the chrono into the back from Shad. But the focus is coming now from Levar. The beautiful Mormons kisses with the meteor, and they're both gone. Dire support's annihilated, and Alchemist, he's isolated. He's got to get out of there with the BKB. The rain is burning onto Toby, so he will get a retreating kill. As Kasani pretty much last man standing here, but for how long? Monkey King, what can he do to save the day? He leaps in with a roar from Phonic. They're fucking boom, the Invoker, he's doomed! Gone and removed from the game as Phonic is going to get turned on now. Viking with Shad claiming the bounty on Phonic. They do find another frag. As Hellraiser's frantically trying to defend their high ground and that triangle they're farming in.
Yeah, I mean, this type of a fight, Hellraiser, they're backing up. You know, it's not looking good for them. Monkey King, he deals a lot of damage with the Aghanim Scepter, and he has Dragon Scale on top of that. So it's a bit of chip damage, but still, if they can get the bigger kills like Invoker, and he has a Lincoln Sphere right now, so doesn't need to care about being lifted or being roared. They need to remove the Lincoln Sphere with one of those spells. And not sure which spell that's gonna be. You know, Alchemist with Unstable Concoction, or if there's Abyssal Blade. You do not want to waste Abyssal Blade on that. So Rubik Fate Bolt seems like the best idea.
Radiant structures are
That's really the only option they've got, it feels like. Hellraiser's very bold move into mid-tier 1. 5 alive here for Viking, but like you're saying, you know, chrono down for 60 means that Viking are going to be playing a little more passively until that's back up. Speaking of back up, Roshan's alive. HR smoking up north. Now heading west, trying to cut off Viking if they wanted to get out across the map. And I think with Phonic showing top lane here, Viking could fall into the trap.
Next Roche is up. That's Cheese and Aegis. Let's see how fast it goes down. Magnus also getting closer to his Blink Dagger, just 400 gold away. They're the ones controlling the vision with the book, with the pop.
This is Aegis and Cheese.
Scout connect.
Sunstrike scouting. But Viking can't get there fast enough. They've got a kill away. Toby glimmered, but in comes Monkey King. He wants to play with the Invoker here. Boom trying to sprint out away, but the roar on Toby is what they connect on. And Hellraisers take the easy pickings. And this game really feels like it's shifted pretty heavily now as Hellraiser's sweeping through with a massive amount of momentum. Like the winds are in their sails right now. They are definitely cruising.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, stolen Blood Rage from Rubik. That's gonna be some extra attack speed on Alchemist. There's AC. Also, I mean, the Beastmaster aura on top of that. Like, Alchemist is gonna hit like a truck.
Radiant's middle tower
He is
under
going to be an
attack.
absolute beast. Who does he start giving Aghanim Scepters to? mags queued up. Give one to Rubik.
Monkey King already bought one for himself.
Mag is like whatever, pos 5.
I guess you give it to Rubik.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
There's some really nice spells.
Yeah, it must
Anything
be.
you steal from
Everyone else is pretty old.
like Invoker, Snapfire is good if you steal LSA from Lina, so you can just cycle those.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Viking on the back foot.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Boom. Running around in Ghost Walk for the past 5 minutes as they catch the wheel onto Shad. Faceless Void, they've got the chase stuns, not quite enough. Time Walk will get him a bit of distance. The chase is still on though. Time dilation to slow down Hellraisers now.
Under attack.
Faceless Void wants to make the full retreat. Alchemist, though, might just be found. Forced to cancel TP and Yule's the Beastmaster. And Shad playing this tree line, skirting around the edges of the battle. The chase onto Aramis, it finally will come to a conclusion. Next, we'll take a pick on Lina.
I thought they were gonna have enough. Monkey King did not use his Boundless to try to go on Void and just stun lock him. They have 5 stuns plus Abyssal Blade on Alchemist. They should have more than enough, even though he has some status resistance coming on from Heaven's Halberd and Titan Sliver. That's around like 30% status resistance. What does it say? 12%. That's not correct.
It says 29.6 for me. On Void?
Yeah, it's bugged.
Oh, Chronos, Shad straight in onto Xani, but the RP! Oh, the jump from Kicks! He saved the Alchemist! Beautifully done, and in comes the stolen Chrono! Lil says good night to you, Viking! 2 easy picks there as a double kill for Nyx comes through, and Monkey King standing his ground inside the Wukong's command. Mules up onto Alk. Halberded and stunned. He can pop the cheese, but decides not to.
There was no.
And yet again, another fight that goes one way and then swings the other.
Man, even if he had the cheese, there was still Spirit's Vessel on him, so he would not
Viking
get too
out
much
across the map.
out of that, and they already lost
Defending
that fight.
bottom lane, losing the tier 3,
Viking
yes.
expending some
They want to
buybacks. So
Time is money.
So now it's Vikings' turn.
Dire's structures
2 heroes
are
dead for
fortified.
20 and 50 seconds.
Dire's middle tower is under
Glyph to
attack.
keep the tier 2 alive. I guess Monkey still has Aegis for another minute. But it doesn't feel like he'll be able to get
Dire's
too
middle
much
tower
done with
has
that.
fallen.
Monkey is actually dealing some sick damage right now with the Aghanim Scepter and the Monkey King bar. I mean, imagine having your own King bar, like Garrett's King bar. I don't think it would be that efficient in game. Like, what does it do? What does it do? It deals 20 self damage per second. It silences you.
I mean, that should be your one. You were muted for 5 minutes. The Costi. What was Fluke calling again? Gaza and Costi.
Costi.
Let's have the Costi King bar. Hellraiser's now all alive again. Trying to connect with their Monkey King top lane. Viking will have Chrono back in 40 seconds. And boom. Casual plate mail just being delivered out to him. And here come the angry hordes. Aegis does get reclaimed. At least 3 minutes now for Roshan to respawn. The pings are coming out onto Shad. Faceless Void was the only one from
Radiant's
Viking
middle
showing out
tower
on the
is
map.
under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Lacoste, what needs to happen here for Hellraisers to break the base?
I mean, they know there's 2 buybacks
lost
to cool down,
Lacoste?
so no, I'm here. So they're gonna use this info that they have no buybacks on 2 heroes and try to get at least one of those. Mag finally, with the Blink Dagger, managed to find a good RP. Now even has a Flicker, and I love what he's using. Like, he's cycling all of his neutral items. I'm gonna use this Philosopher's Stone. I'm gonna use Trusty Shovel. Try to get 1 rune for Alchemist. He gets some extra gold, and for his team.
Oh, a Minotaur Horn now
Minotaur
dropping
Horn,
for the
that's-
Monkey King.
That's a big one.
Double BKB. and they immediately smoke. Viking were also kind of lurking around smoked, waiting on the fringe of this bottom jungle. 13,000 net worth lead for Hellraisers, though, you know, indicated with the Blink Necro 3 on Funnick, that jump initiation strength from him. Blink, Glimmer, Ether Lens on Lil's Rubik. Tons of money on your position 4 there for Hellraisers. Lina does have an Aghanim as that counterpart on Viking. Going for Refresher Orb next.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And there's no blade mails or anything here for Hellraisers. Oh, that's an illusion. The Toby Illusionist Cape gonna get jumped on by Kasani. They've caught out the Alchemist on the high ground now. He's gonna get stunned up and slowed on his retreat out. Flicker not working out for him, but Laguna Blade blasting him. In comes the Chrono and Kasani's done. Hellraisers getting baited by Toby, overplaying their hand. And Shaddy is thirsty for more. He wants to kill Lil. Where is it? Rubik, come here, buddy. Funny's gonna spot Lake Bayers in the back. We do have Magnus with the Monkey King playing on to Boom, but Nick is left here stranded. He'll eat the cheese and fight into Shad, but where's his team? Team! Where have you gone? Magnus ran away with no RP.
Oh, we've all been there. There's one to actually back him up. Everyone just bailed. Alchemist needs to be more careful, and this is something that a lot of the top tiers teams are actually doing, baiting that illusion escape, especially if you have like Shadow Demon in the team. You create illusion of the hero that you know they want to go for, especially the heroes that they don't have buyback on.
Well, now Monkey gone for 60 seconds. Opportunity for Viking.
Dire's middle tower.
They still don't feel comfortable enough to actually go high ground, so it's going to be maintaining these lanes, trying to shove out top, get into that dark jungle, grab the outpost, which is really why here Funnick is in such a great spot to not only clear out their wave, but also maybe catch out Celery. The Grandma does have the backup of Invoker, who's going to tornado forward onto the little summons from Funnick. Slow down the Grandma. Snap fire. LP on 2. That's a good play, and on to Boom they go. The damage looks good, but they need a little bit more help. The Boar, he's going to come and slow Invoker down, and Funnick will blink forward to get that closing little bit of damage that they need. But Boom is surviving. The Cross is healing him up, and in comes the Void and the Bloodseeker. Magnus now down as the chase onto Lil's Rubik. They've saved the Invoker, and they'll get 2 bonus kills on top of it.
They need to bring like one damage dealer to a team fight, either a Monkey King or Alchemist. Otherwise, they don't have enough damage. And look at the gold difference right now.
Non-existent. That's where the gold difference has gone. Viking still trying to figure out how to get across that river and do something with the little team fight victories they're getting from time to time.
Bloodseeker is actually so tanky in this item build. He has a save for himself with the Yule Scepter, has a full Crimson Guard and a mech.
Here's one tanky boy, the Aura Bot. Running around and saving everybody. Viking 5 men strong. They can get immediate pickups here just with the Lina getting a catch on Magnus. Not even going to use Laguna Blade. I think RMS cancelled animation there, realizing Magnus was already dead. Oh, a DD top. Roshan is alive.
It's looking all Viking at the moment. Like, even though it's a 7k gold lead for Hellraisers, when you have Alchemist in your team 42 minutes in, it doesn't really matter that much. Roche, Cheese Aegis, and Refresher Shard with the Faceless Void in the team and Invoker. That's a dope one.
That's easy, Roshan.
To the Radiant. Radiant are scanning. Radiant's bottom
Radiant
barracks
scanning
are
for where
under
Funnick's
attack.
been hiding. He's a little further. 4 levels on your position 4 leader. She's got like 14,000 net worth. Aramis having a cracking game here. In this best of 3 game 2.
We have some heroes approaching level 25. Invoker level 3 at the moment. We already mentioned that Void hit his. They have no abilities that can break him. That's one way to deal with the backtrack. Monkey King is level 25, so additional Wukong's command ring talent. Pretty standard stuff. Alchemist getting closer to his 25.
Which one do you take? Regeneration? Even into the Spirit Vessel? 50
You already have
speed
a
doesn't
lot
seem
of
that
movement
amazing.
speed. And yeah, with the Flicker, you have a way of dispelling that Spirit Vessel, so I guess you just take Legion.
True, true. Clever Lacoste. Oh, monkey illusions need to be handled here. They're pretty tanky. Boom, Aramis, and Celery all having to deal with it. And things slow down a touch as Hellraiser's smoke down to the southern portion of the map. Knowing that with Void having Aegis for 3.5 minutes and they, got cheese and everything else here, it's a difficult fight just to wait for Viking to come to you. And then, they're going to find Shad. He's going to time walk. He gets a haste rune. Hellraisers were so close to seeing that Void.
Dire's top
Because
tower
of the
is
pause,
under attack.
we still have 3 minutes left on the Aegis.
Dire's
Feels like
top tower has fallen.
Aegis fire by now, but it's actually not gonna. So they're gonna go on high ground. They
Dire's
feel
top
very
tower is
confident.
under
There's
attack.
still a refresher
Dire's
on
structures
Faceless
are
Void.
Radiant's
Cheese,
bottom
Hellraiser's
barracks
by
are under
Snapfire.
attack.
Hellraisers are faster. They already brought that tier 3 bottom down. So they're going to force Viking back to defend. Rubik mid might get jumped by
Dire's top
Shad.
tower
Looks like
is under
nah.
attack.
Jumps away. A very nice little play from HR. Making sure Viking back away from the top take and doing a little bit of chip damage to bottom barracks, even though it
Dire's
will
top
regenerate
tower is under
as the
attack.
melee barracks does. And finally, Monkey King will decide to come back and defend. HR do still have that Hawk over in the base, scouting anyone who wants to clear that bottom wave.
For the twins.
Radiant right now playing with pretty limited vision. 1 deep obs ward in that top jungle. That's why they come in now, try and...
Maintaining vision against the Beastmaster with the Hawk, so he sees you where you're placing arms,
Radiant's
getting rid of the
bottom
vision with the
barracks are under
Necro
attack.
units. Necro units and 2 catapults pushing the wave in on the bottom. Lena addressing that issue. She's the one holding onto the refresher with Aghanim Scepter. She can pretty much blow anyone up. It's a pure damage. It's exactly 1,000 pure damage. 999.
Yeah, 999.00. That is an aesthetically pleasing number on the Lena.
Time is money.
So no one from Viking really showing bottom lane, just illusions and spam from Bloodseeker. Keep that wave shoved out. Bloodseeker doesn't have a way to rejoin his team. So the 4 heroes shoving mid from Viking and, well, Shad straight up onto high ground with a time walk. They pop the Lincolns in the back though and get the roar down. Cookie's back and Glimmer Cave there and Boom is safe and sound. While Funnick might not have the same luxury of surviving though. Laguna bladed and hit into the ground by the bashes of Void. Hellraisers lose their off lane. He does have buyback though.
There's no point to use a buyback. You already used the roar. Book is on cooldown. You're not getting too much value out of your buyback on a Beastmaster with the cooldowns. Look at this attack.
30 seconds.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah, Void is hitting hard, but he doesn't have long on this Aegis. 20 seconds
Dire's
remain.
middle barracks.
Void wants to, finishing off the barracks mid, moving up to top, clearing out tier 3. A blink RP here though could be big if Magnus is able to land it onto multiple
Dire's
heroes.
top tower.
Even with the repair kit though, that Void structurally crippling this entire base and still holding on to Chrono. Aegis reclaimed now.
Lincoln Sphere on Bloodseeker, so they can use 2 Lincoln Spheres on a target, plus a Solar Crest, Alacrity, Blood Rage, I don't think you have enough to bring the Faceless Void down. You only managed to kill him once throughout the whole game. I see Scotty being queued up, so that's gonna be some extra stats, extra survivability on him. At one point, he gets Aghanim Scepter, goes in, bashes you with every single time walk. It's looking very rough for Hellraisers.
Multiple heroes they just can't touch. Unkillable Viking heroes. 3,000 gold saved up on Celery's grandma too. Full staff queued. Would love to see an Aghanim Scepter come out for her again though. Still in this perpetual struggle of bottom lane shoving in though. Viking can't really capitalize on these nice plays they're making. It might
when you have yeah. Alchemist.
Go on, Lacoste.
When he's in your team, you know you have like late game secured. Everyone's gonna get Ags upgrades, but not in this game. Like I don't see them scaling with those items. Monkey already used his own goal to get the Aghanims. Beastmaster is not really the hero that's gonna benefit from it. Rubik, yeah, he's fine, but you know, Mag position 5 also does not benefit from it either. Don't get me wrong, having Aghanim Scepter is much better than not having it, but I don't think it's worth it to spend 4,000 gold on the hero just to get their position 5 bag and Ag.
Yeah, it feels like at this point, honestly, both teams kind of waiting for their next Roshan to come around. 1 minute for fast spawn. At the very least, Viking did get that ranged barracks mid, so tipping the scales in their favor ever so slightly in map equilibrium. All it takes, though, is one good jump from Funnick to find that perfect catch onto the perfect hero, if it is that Faceless Void.
Prize.
A lot of wombo combo potential from both teams. So it starts to come down to this vision. Who has the upper hand in terms of information? Dire pretty focused with vision down towards their triangle and that farming area for the Alchemist. Well, Radiant have a couple of good ones here, watching rune spots, watching little ramps, transitional spots from lane to lane. Oh, the time walk. Is Lil escaping? It looks like he has just about got away from the grasps of Viking.
Let's just wait for another Roche. No need to rush anything. Cheese, Aegis, Refresher, and Aghanim Scepter will be there. He will respawn in 40 seconds.
Here comes Hellraisers, so they know they need to contest this or try and steal him. Monkey King sees the Void. Time inflation into the boundless strike. The roar is there. In on top of Shad, they go with the Abyssal Blades flowing through them. They love the Void. Streak gone by like Milan. LP catches one. Keepers on top of Celery now, and the Wukong's command. It's a big golden circle with a lot of monkeys, but they don't get the stuns they need. Viking retreat. Now look, turn the Shad. Deafening Blast there, stolen by Lil and turned onto the Void. What's he stolen? He's got time dilation, but not for long. Aramis shuts it down with a Laguna Blade, and the chase is on. Toby finding Nyx. Monkey King with no BKB, holding Satanic for now. But Funnick doesn't have Roar. They don't have the backup they need to take the Monkey. And Shad, he wants the Chrono. On to Nyx with a Cataclysm coming. Kill off the Monkey King. Buyback available. And a good stolen Chrono from Lil. But do they have the damage?
No damage.
Sunny. Alchemist can't fight into Chrono.
They have 4
Sunny
million,
trying.
they can't deal damage inside of Chronosphere, even if it's stolen. Now they need to rush back into the Roche pit and secure their Aegis for Faceless Void. He still has that Chrono. He used Refresher. There's the other one.
It's perfect as well. Shad BKB make this all work out for them. They kill off Nyx and Monkey dieback. They'll come with the Magnus again with a buyback to him as Alchemist trying to battle in with the 4 heroes of Vikings surrounding him though. Kasani's got no option but to run and hide. Toby sprinting forward with Shad. The back to the landing. The Roar is defensive. Holding the Bloodseeker back, but Aramis The big zaps from these Laguna Blades, forcing the buyback from Alchemist and Viking. They are hunting into the bait. Rupture onto Funnick. This could be it. Game over, it looks like, as Viking with 5 still standing. Clear up yet another HR hero. They found the Magnus in the back. Look at towards mid lane. Aramis and Toby are giving chase. Spider legs and skewers getting back. As Shad in the base once more. Lil's Rubik trying to glimmer away. Funnick, Kasani thinking about how they get in. But Viking, with those unkillable heroes, they lose one guy who comes straight back into battle immediately.
Yeah, now they're gonna take the Roche. That was such a big play, giving him the refresher shard, and he uses it, gets a good chrono. They secure a kill on Monkey King, already used the buyback. And I think, Gary, this is a game. They had a good plan on Hellraisers where they threw everything they had on Faceless Void, but you know he's gonna have a buyback.
When he buys back, coming in with refresher shard chronos, it's going to be a rough one for you Hellraisers. 4th Roshan.
Gift of eternity.
Where did that Aghanims go? Who's got the Ags?
Ah, you give it to
Void
Faceless
wants
Void.
it.
Yeah.
Now with a time walk batch. Another refresher shard. So they'll have double chrono in about 65 seconds. A single one in 40 if they want to use it that way. Cataclysm with that maxed out exort from Invoker. Finally being showed off is what we've been waiting 54 minutes for. The full team fight execution from Viking proving too much for Hellraisers to stand up against.
There's so much disarm. AoE, Deafening Blast now on Invoker, Heaven's Halberd. It's very tough for these, melee heroes. They have 4 melee heroes. Lil landed a sick Stolen Chronosphere, but there's no follow-up. They don't have damage. Unless he catches them on the very edge, which is extremely hard.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Now even Toby has Aghanims. Boots of travel on Invoker. At the drop of a hat, can rejoin the rest of his team. Difficult days ahead though, Hellraisers. Thinking about, oh dear. Oh dearie me. I think he forgot to press his blink button. They were trying to telekinesis into blink RP, skewer back into the base, into a roar, into whatever else they've got. But you fail one link of that chain, one domino doesn't topple, and the whole chain reaction comes crumbling down.
I hope our observer didn't catch that one.
I think he did. So now you don't have blink RP for 100 seconds. Bloodthorn.
Just pretend you have it. Act like you do.
Just blink into the middle of them all. See what their reaction is. Bloodthorn Alchemist skipping out on the Silver Edge, which he had queued for a while. Viking just playing this poke and prod game. They can take down this melee ranks eventually, slowly but surely.
Dire's middle barracks.
RP
And now
still
top
60
lane.
seconds down. Man, Aramis is going ham. He's the one.
Oh, hello.
The chrono.
In they come with a Cataclysm chrono. The kisses from the Snapfire, landing beautifully onto the heads of Hellraisers, and 2 heroes dead without buyback. As Shad Faceless Void still has the Aegis. It's pop BKB, that's for sure, but he can chase on the Alchemist and the Rubik's in trouble. One batch is all Shad needed, but he won't get any. Instead, focusing on the structures and the objectives as Viking look to close out game 2 here and tie things up.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
He still has Aegis, Refresher. They also have Cheese. Look at the attack speed on this guy.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He's gone in, Lil. He's absolutely demolished. Unstoppable Faceless Void, 18-2-9. A beautiful game from Shad. All he needs to do is fly a BKB. They're trying to blow up the Alchemist with a couple of Laguna Blades. They pick him out before the throne falls.